Following on from yesterday's talk, I do recommend you watch yesterday's video before this one. When we're looking at the concept of like barriers to success, or sometimes people refer to it as self-sabotage, I always look at what their goals are, what their objectives are, and then I try and see through to what would be blocking somebody. Because if the person is basically sane, none of us are completely sane, obviously, is basically sane, basically intelligent, they have the means, the motive, and the potential to do what it is they're trying to do, but they can't. They can't. They just, it's like me saying, I want to walk over to that chair over there, but I can't. And I've tried again and again and again. And I've tried getting this training, this coaching, and I just can't do it. For me, I have to say, okay, there's something unconscious here. There's something that this individual can't see that blocks them. And in my opinion, and it is just an opinion, I have no research that backs this, based on my experiences working with people, it very frequently is that the goals they've set are rigidly individualistic, but they as an entity are not rigidly individualistic. They are people of a tribe. They are people of a community. And that if they are permitted the chance to offer up to a higher ideal, to fulfill objectives within a structure that is of a higher order of service, they're much, much better. Because it's the egotism that actually blocks them. It's the rigid, toxic individuality that blocks them. They have an unconscious block that says, don't do that. It's either pointless, or it's not good for you, or it will be destructive to you. Whereas when they're contributing to a community or a team, it could be a family, it could be business associates, it could be sporting colleagues, military colleagues, it could be any community that you're involved in. There's things that you'll do for other people that you would never do for yourself. There are lengths you'll go to for people you care about that you just wouldn't go to for yourself. I learned this listening to a very famous combatives instructor called Tony Blauer. And he developed a whole concept, a whole training regime around this. It was called Be Your Own Bodyguard, BYOB. And he noticed when he was training people that in the defense of others, people are way more ferocious. It actually came from training he's Canadian, and I think he was training some American women, soccer moms. So, you know, people who are living comfortable lives, they're not used to thinking about gouging people's eyes out and headbutting them. And in training them, he couldn't get them to take it seriously if they were wondering about being physically attacked and doing self-defense for themselves if they were being physically attacked. However, when he shifted the frame and said, how would you respond if it was your kids that were being attacked? Suddenly the aggression that was necessary switched on. Suddenly they became motivated, they were aggressive, they were saying, if somebody attacked my kids, I'd do this to them, I'd do that to them. And he was like, aha, okay. So if you want to motivate people properly, you have to go within their motivation strategy. Sometimes when you're following people, or you're following their advice, or you have this guru or this coach, they will give you their motivation strategy, and you'll try and model it and take it on, and you just be like, this doesn't work for me, it doesn't fit, it's not organic enough, it's not loose enough. I mean, a lot of the people who follow me are creatives. There are different types of people in the world. That's not a controversial statement. There are people who are motivated by different strategies, by different modalities. And when you follow somebody who is a guru, it's likely, because they're a guru, whatever a person is who they are. However they show up, we should assume that that's who they are. This is a concept from Adler. You know, you are the person that you show up as. There's something, the most significant things I can learn about you as an individual, this is against the Freudian and the Jungian model. It's not hidden in the unconscious and you're shrouded in mystery and secrecy and I'm an investigator who goes in and finds it out. It's who you are. Are you acting as a leader in your life? Then you are a leader. Are you acting as a musician in your life? Then you are a musician. So if somebody is a guru, they're probably going to be quite individualistic. They are, and if they have a lot of material wealth, well, that's because they value material wealth. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, That's not my point here. My point is, if you are a creative type and you're community focused and you follow somebody who's very individualistic and very materialistic, and you're like, I want your success strategy, and you try and put that in, it's not going to work. So you must find your strategy. For many people, I suspect, who follow my work, they're more community minded and they're more tribal focused. And they'll do it. There are things that they just are not motivated to do for themselves because they don't run that way, but they'll do it for themselves with other people. So use that. If you found a success block in your life, consider the possibility that the goal you've set is not community focused enough, and see what happens. Run the simulation in your mind. You say, okay, if I achieve this goal, how can I make it impact the people around me? If it's business, how do I help other business people? If it's business, how do I add a charitable element to this where we do not-for-profit projects or whatever, just helping humans and actually helping the people around you. Whatever it is, add that element in, run the simulation and see if it changes how you feel. See if it changes how you feel emotionally and somatically. We're not that complicated as beings. So if you alter it and you go, I'm going to do it for others, and you suddenly feel a rush of excitement, do you need a degree in psychology to know that that's probably an indication that that's the direction you should move in? If you think about doing something and it makes you feel bad, maybe consider that that's not the thing you should be doing. If you think about doing something and it makes you feel really, really good and really excited, consider the possibility, as crazy as it sounds, that maybe that's something you should be doing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and for your attention, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Cheers.